Hello again, my name is David Charles, International Psychic Medium. I've got a reading for you today called What is he thinking about me now? What is he or she thinking about me now? What is he thinking about you? Would you like to know? Let's find out. I'm going to do 4 decks of cards for you to choose from, and I've got some lucky numbers at the end of each one. I'll put the timestamps below so you don't have to watch all 4 videos. Of course, you can choose more than one if you want to. You can choose all 4 if you want. But I'll put the timestamps below. These have been shuffled very well, so we'll put out 4 decks. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'd like to apologise for being so long between videos. Lots been going on here with the COVID and family problems and all sorts that everyone gets. So I apologise. And since having COVID myself, catching cold after cold, so the voice wasn't too good. Let's take a look. You can choose from these. 1, 2, 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Which one would you like? Which one do you think looks nice? Which one do you fancy? Which one takes your eye? You can stop the video and pause it if you want. And if you chose number 1, we'll take a look at that first. And we'll put 2 and 3 and 4 somewhere. I'm running out of space here. We'll put 2, 3 and 4 over there. And we'll take a look at number 1 for you. So, I'll tell you the negatives first. This is a timeless reading, which means you can find it today, next week, next year, 10 years from now. It makes no difference when you find this video. You'll find it when your spirit guides want you to find it. And you found it today from hundreds, literally hundreds of cards on this table. So there will be a meaning in here for you somewhere. Maybe more than one. What's he thinking about me now? It's a love reading, of course it is. Everybody loves a love reading, and I love readings. So, the negatives first. First of all, you're overdoing it. This card shows, look, you can see that, 10 of clubs, 10 of wands, clubs in an ordinary deck. The chap's pushing these things so hard. So that tells me, as far as your love life goes, you may be trying too hard, or you may be putting more effort in than he or she is. And that needs to be balanced out, really. Don't be the one doing all the running all the time. Don't back off either and let him or she think you've lost interest. But you may be, that's one of your negatives. For the next 12 to 14 weeks, it will change, of course, and you can change it. Don't put too much effort in if the other person isn't. Don't be the one doing all the running, because you could end up being bossed around sometimes. Then you have another card called the Temperance from the Major Arcana. I hope you can see that. Not very good with overhead cameras. So the Temperance card means what it says. Take it easy. Be moderate in all things. If you're drinking, do it moderately. If you're smoking, try and cut it down or get rid of it. Be moderate, be kind to yourself. That's what it's saying to you, especially if it's linked to your love life, okay? So, Temperance. These are the negatives. Now, you've got Judgment here. That's not negative necessarily. It means, again, the Major Arcana. Judgment means what it says. You're going to get judgment. You're about to get what you deserve. So if you've been good, you get good stuff. If you've been naughty, you're going to pay. Most psychics, of course, believe that karma is threefold, so you pay 3 times over. But you also have a good card here, so that tells me your karma is good. So you're going to get rewarded. And it's about time you had a bit of good luck. So expect to be rewarded for the good things you've done. But it does mean, on the negative, if people have been bad to you, they're about to pay for it. You won't find out necessarily, but they will get their karma. And I always reckon this comes around about twice a year. So if anyone's been bad to you, they're going to pay for it. You're going to get what you deserve. If you deserve this person, this man or lady, whoever it is, to be with you in your life, then that's what you'll get. If the spirit guides don't think you're suited, they may stop that from happening. For your protection, of course. So be temperate, look after yourself, stop overworking. At work as well, you may be doing too much. Maybe the kids or someone putting things on you, or your mum and dad are giving you too much to do. Don't let people put on you. That's the message. As far as I can see, that's the end of the negatives. You do have the Death card, which you may have spotted from the Major Arcana. It doesn't mean death, and it frightens people to death, so it's not. The Death card means it's the end of an era. So if you imagine your life as a book of chapters, some people have 100, some people have just a few. But you're coming to the end of a chapter now, and it could be the end of a chapter in your love life, which can be sad. It's the end of an era, but it can also be very exciting, because an ending always means a new beginning. So expect things to change. As I said, I'm looking 12 to 14 weeks ahead. So during that period, something's going to end. You may pack up smoking. You may pack up your lover. You may change your job. Something is about to end. You're saying goodbye to a chapter. like putting the bins out for the bin men, and you're opening a brand new chapter. So don't fear it. The death card doesn't mean death, unless occasionally, if you know there's one coming anyway, it can mean that, but it's very rare. The spirit guys don't, the spirit world don't normally predict death. It's a major secret, even though it's a major arcana card. The death card means change. Any psychic, and you've probably watched other readings, will tell you the same. That's the end of the negatives, really, for the next 12 to 14 weeks. So we're going to do some lucky numbers a minute. Don't go without your lucky numbers. And please subscribe if you haven't already, and click that little bell icon. And then TikTok, I nearly said, YouTube will notify you every time I upload a new video. You can get me on TikTok as well, by the way. Let's tell you the positives. For a start off, this person, this he or she, possibly a traveller, he's travelling, look, there he is. The Knight of Cups usually indicates he or she is quite romantic. And if it's a chap, he'll treat you like a princess, if you allow him to. If this is not your person, then someone's coming. And this person, you can see holding out a cup. The cup is the hearts in an ordinary deck, and they mean love. Cups mean love. Is offering you love, or the chance of love developing. So this person is making an offer to you, or a suggestion. May ask you to marry him, may ask you to go for a date somewhere, may offer you a job, but he will be linked to love and romance. That's what, of course, this is a love reading. What's he thinking about me now? It's possibly someone you already know. And then you have this, Three of Cups. Three of Cups again, hearts normally in an ordinary deck. The girls are celebrating there. It means a celebration. Could be a birthday, could be a wedding, could be somebody else's wedding you're going to. There's a celebration within 12 to 14 weeks coming your way if you want it. Could be yours, it may be one you're invited to. But that card means celebration. This is a very positive reading, by the way. Then you have what we call, well, I call the wish card. More cups, you see the Nine of Cups there? The chap there sitting happy. The wish card means that the powers of the universe are offering you something that you've always wanted that you maybe never had. It's a wish. Make a wish. Do it within 12 to 14 weeks. Don't wish for something ridiculous, but it usually means wish for love, romance. And you don't need to wish for it, it will come anyway, but something you always dreamt of, maybe since you were a little child, little girl or a boy, may be given to you soon. If it's not a Lamborghini or a new house or car, it usually means love and content is coming. So this is a positive reading. If you've had problems in your love life lately, and you probably have, it looks as though things are picking up. Now, you may have noticed there's a second chap here, the Magician from the Major Arcana. This chap is capable of doing anything. That's why he's called a magician. He could have a new job on Monday, he'd be good at it. Whatever he does, he seems to make it work. He's laid back, he's casual, he's cool. Is that the word people use now? Cool, he's super cool. And he's heading your way too, so there could be two men, or it may be the same one, but I think it's two men. One is fair, one is fairly dark, and that's hair. You don't get skin colour in readings, by the way. In the universe, eyes, we're all the same, but you do get hair colour for some reason. Of course, some girls and boys change the colour of their hair, don't they? From bottled liquids, peroxide and things. But this person has dark hair, he or she is heading your way, and there could be a slight choice to make between two lovers. Of course, it could be your brother. This could be someone you know already. It could be your husband. But he's clever. The nice thing is that both of these men are really nice. They're not cheats. They're not womanizers. They're nice people. So they're coming your way soon if you allow them in. And as I always say, these two characters, could be men or women, are predicted by the spirit world, which means they're not on some dating site or Lonely Hearts Club. They are coming your way naturally. You could meet them down the local post office or in the pub or down the gym, but you'll meet them naturally. If you meet them on the internet, a dating site, forget it, because you could meet the wrong one if you start doing that. Let the powers of the universe bring love to you naturally. So, there's a lady here. Once again, there can be a man, but it's a lady, dark hair, successful. She's the Queen of Pentacles. She's the Queen of Queens. This lady is successful. I always say if she lives on her own, she's still successful. She doesn't need anyone. She may be married, she may have a load of kids. But even if she isn't, she's doing okay. Am I picking up you, I wonder? Let me know in the comments. Please comment below, because it does help, and I do love to read them. I don't get to answer all of them these days, because I've got so many thousands of followers. And I thank every one of you, by the way, for that. But put some comments down. Let me know if that's you. It's a lady who likes a nice place to live. She's materialistic in a nice way. She's not greedy. She's generous. She's kind. She's good looking as well. But she's very feminine, and she's into your reading again within 12 to 14 weeks if it's not you I'm picking up. So you've got some good stuff here. Celebration, possibly a romantic offer, something you always wanted to be coming your way. Don't overdo it. Take it easy. Don't drink too much. And if you're smoking, knock it off if you can, or stop it. And good stuff. An end of an era, but a new beginning. Let's take a look at 3 oracle cards. I'll move that out of the way. Your first one, the bin shuffled, is an earth card. I need glasses for this. This one says, beautiful blossom there for you to look at. If you can see it on the tiny phones some people use. The harder you climb, the better the view at the end. So your reward is coming. This means to me you've had a hard time. And the harder you climb, the more you try, the more rewards. That doesn't mean overdo it, as I mentioned at the beginning. Don't overdo it. But it looks like you've had a tough time. And it's about time things are changing for you. You heard it here first. David Charles, International Psychic Medium and Master of Witchcraft. Your second card is again an earth card. The solution to your problem is forgiveness. Allow it to happen. This means you may have to forgive somebody for something naughty, but it usually means forgiving yourself. So don't be hard on yourself. The solution to your problem is forgiveness. Allow it to happen. If you think you've been bad, forget it. The past is gone. You can't change it. Your third one's a water card. This one says it's time for you to let go of the old and worn out so that new can come in. It matches the death card. It's all backing up what I've told you. There's a lighthouse in the mist. It's time to let go of the old and the worn out, get rid of it, put it in the bin, have a clear out, so that the new can come in. So you've got some good stuff here, number one. If you chose number one, you've got some good stuff. Your lucky numbers, and if you're going to use these for gambling, be careful. Don't get going mad, do it sensibly. You might want a pen for this. You can pause the video. Your lucky numbers, number one, are 4, 5, 15, 27, 36 and 46. They may ring a bell. Could be wedding dates, divorce dates, days you had your kids, your birthday. Your star sign links to numbers as well sometimes, the date of your birth, called the year and the day. Let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Join our lovely family, and I do appreciate everyone and I love every one of you, as I always say. And you all mean the world to me. Thank you so much for subscribing. Comment below if you would. Share me with your friends. They may want to see this. And I'll get ready for number 2 now. So have a lovely day wherever you are in this gorgeous world. Take it easy. Remember, I love every single one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay cool, and I'll catch you later. Hello again. Thank you for staying with me. If you chose number 2, this one is for you. Let's take a look. It's your love card reading, love reading for the next 12 to 14 weeks. And if you chose number 2, these are yours. There'll be lucky numbers at the end. Don't go away without your lucky numbers. They could change your life forever. Thank you so much for watching, for staying with me. Thank you to all my subscribers. I do appreciate it really. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And don't forget to make some comments below, because they're very interesting. I can't always reply now because I've got so many followers, but this is for you if you chose number 2. And it's called, What's He Thinking of Me? It's about your love life really. What he or she, could be a she, what are they thinking about you now? So I'll tell you the negatives first, as I tend to do. And then we do the good stuff and some oracle cards and your lucky numbers that could change your life. So don't leave without them. Negatives first. This one is the 4 of Swords. You see the chap there laying there. It usually means that you've got a lot of stress around, and it's probably linked to your love life. So if your love life is causing you stress, you may need to make some changes. And I can see the reason why, that I'll tell you in a moment. But your stress levels around your love life seem to be high. Let me know in the comments if that's right. You can change this, as I said, it's a 12 to 14 week reading. This won't all resonate with you, but if you've chosen number 2 from these hundreds, literally hundreds of cards, there will be a meaning in here for you somewhere. So ignore what isn't relevant and take in what is. But the stress levels are probably caused by this card, the Three of Swords going through the heart. Not a very nice picture really, is it? But interesting picture. It can mean three people in a romance. It could be you seeing another someone that's married. It could be you're seeing someone who's two-timing you. Or you could be married yourself and seeing someone that you shouldn't be and you're being a bit naughty. But a triangle can also mean interference from people down the pub, from your mother-in-law, from your friends at work. Someone's interfering and it's creating a triangle. It can mean another woman or another man, but it doesn't have to be that. As I said, it could be relatives or family or friends stirring up trouble, and you may not be aware of it. But if you are in a triangle and you know about it, the message is from the spirit world, do something about it. You can't love two people. You can love two people, but you'll always love one a bit more than the other. That's my theory anyway. Negatives here, there are very few. There's a man here in a caring profession, the King of Cups. Again, it could be a woman, it doesn't always mean a man. A caring profession could be a GP, a doctor, a surgeon, you know, in America you call them physicians, I think, but it's someone in a caring profession. It could be the vicar, could be someone like that, or a healer, or a psychic, someone into witchcraft. It's a person in a caring profession, not a young chap or lady, but they've been around the world, they know what's going on, they've been around the block, as people say. This person may be giving you advice during the coming 12 to 14 weeks. It could be the dentist. So it's not necessarily a negative card, but if they do give you advice, listen to it. Take notice of it, because it could be important. It could be negative, but it could be good. You might be told that you're pregnant or something like that. So it could be a midwife. But just because it's a caring person doesn't mean it's negative, but I'm telling you that just in case. So the rest of it, most of it's positive. This lady here, the Queen of Swords, this depicts a lady, usually a lady, who's been, usually a mum, usually a good one. She can be stern, a bit abrupt, but she knows what she's on about, a bit like the chap there. She knows what's going on, she knows what's happening. If she gives you advice, listen to it. Don't think, oh, it's only my mum or whoever it is, could be someone at work, but listen to what she says, and she won't pull any punches. She'll tell you like it, like I try to. There's no point telling you flannel, is there? But she'll tell you it as it is. If she gives you advice regarding your love life, you may think she's been a bit nosy, but she means well, I think, and it could be important, so listen to what she says. Again, it could be a bloke, but I think it's a girl, a lady for most of you, and she's probably been a mum. It could be your mum, could be his mum or her mum, could be a mother figure, could be an old auntie or someone like that, but it's a mother type of figure, and she may give you advice, and it may feel negative, but it could be important, so listen to it. So that's it. Let me tell you the positives. You may have seen the Strength card here. The Strength card shows a lady, loves animals, probably has a dog or a cat or something similar. Look at her, she looks pregnant. Now that can mean, and it comes up in lots of readings, because lots of people get pregnant. It could mean that you're going to get pregnant if you're a lady, or your girlfriend is if you're a chap. There's a pregnancy in the readings soon, somewhere. It also means high fertility, strength, growth, things taking off. It's not just babies, but it can usually mean a pregnancy somewhere. But strength also means that you have more strength than you think you have, and if there's problems in your love life, you've got the strength to deal with them. So have self-belief, that's what it's telling you. Use your strength. It could be just strength of character. It doesn't mean you're a weightlifter or something, but you're a stronger person than you think you have. So use the strength to overcome difficulties, especially during the next quarter, 12 to 14 weeks. Then we have some good stuff here. We've got a lady here. This is a queen, another queen, by the way. Queen of Cups. Of course, the cups in any ordinary deck are the hearts. So she's the Queen of Hearts. Often people refer to Princess Diana as the Queen of Hearts. And she does remind me of her, because the Queen of Hearts, it could be you I'm picking up. Let me know in the comments. Queen of Hearts is kind, caring, generous, charitable, often very beautiful as well, and feminine. This is not some female weightlifter who may be looking a bit masculine. Shouldn't insult weightlifter, I didn't mean to, but this is a feminine lady. In other words, she's very kind and soft and gentle, but she's not stupid, and she's charismatic. She could be you. I'm picking up you, let me know, but she could also be someone you're going to meet. And if you're a chap looking for a lady, if you meet this lady, then you've met someone very special. You don't meet many people like that in the whole of your lifetime. She's got a presence, She's got an aura around her and she's coming your way if you don't already know her in 12 to 14 weeks. But I could be picking up you. Let me know. Is it you I'm picking up? You have then a message from somebody coming from the past. You can see there's gifts being changing hands there. It could be cards. It could be photographs. But there's someone from the past showing up. You may not meet them in face. They may be on one of the social media sites, Facebook or something. But somebody from the past is going to be in touch with you during the next quarter or because of the next quarter. It may have already happened. If you're seeing someone from the past, usually it can be really lovely. But if it's someone you lost in the past as a lover, then the usual message from the spirit world is don't go back into a romance. Sometimes it works, but very rarely. So you can be friends, you can be good friends, but don't go backwards into a romance that didn't work way back. Unless there were unusual circumstances where you couldn't be together and something else was stopping you, then it's worth a go trying again. But someone from the past is showing up soon if they haven't already. Then you have the Fool. You've got some major arcana. The Fool from the major arcana, of course, is the Joker in an ordinary deck of cards. The Fool is stepping off the edge of a cliff. Can you see that? I don't know if you can. As I said, I'm not very good with overhead shots. The dog's looking at him, his little dog, as if to say, are you mad? The Fool means take a chance, but don't be reckless and jump over the cliff. Take a chance on something new. If it's to do with your love life, so much the better, because it's a love reading called, What's He Thinking About Me? What's he thinking about you? Well, it's all about that. I'm not saying the actual words he's thinking about you, but if you're in a triangle, you need to watch it. Take a chance with the Fool card. It means take a chance on love, because it's a love reading. So if you're thinking about dating, if someone keeps asking you out and you keep saying no, maybe it's time to give him or her a chance and leap of faith. See how it goes. It may not go well, but looking at the reading, it could go very well. I think it's not the most love-filled reading in the world, but that doesn't mean you can't change that. It can mean that you're trying to love two people at once, as I mentioned, or you may be giving out more love than you're getting in, which is quite common. Everyone does that at times. So as far as your main reading goes, things are looking good. I'll give you lucky numbers in a minute. Don't go away. Let's take a look at some oracle cards. Remember, there could be a pregnancy as well. We'll take a look at 3 oracle cards, and then I'll give you lucky numbers, which could change your life forever. Let's have a get rid of that a minute. We'll do, these have been shuffled, and your first one is a fire card. You might need the glasses for this. You may be able to see the fire over the sea there, and sparks. This card says to you, you are experiencing enormous change, as I just mentioned. The Fool card can mean a big change. You're experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So remember that. You're experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So don't think it's all doom and gloom. It isn't. This one's a fire card, again, and another fire. Looks like a little flower on fire. Photoshop maybe. This one says to you, there's news of an exciting new endeavour. Use your ingenuity. So you're what's the word, ingenuity? Very clever. I won't go into that. There's news of an exciting new endeavour. Use your ingenuity. Use your psychic side. Something good is coming. Good reading. Another fire card. It's 3 on the trot. So it's like the moon coming down or going up. This card says to you, you're embarking on a road that brings you the joy and abundance. So all 3 of those are backing up what I said, really. You're embarking on a road that brings you joy and abundance. Fantastic. You might need a pen now for the lucky numbers. These lucky numbers could change your life. There's 6 of them. You don't need to use all 6. Just use 2 or 3 and some of your own, or use them all if you want. They may be familiar to you. It could be birthdays, wedding days, days you had your kids, addresses you lived at. And they are number 6, 14, 22, 23, 33 and 47. These were chosen by me with my spirit guides before we started filming today. Do they ring any bells? I've given you again. 6, 14, 22, 23, 33 and 47. Use them wisely. Don't gamble irresponsibly if you're gambling. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so and click that little bell icon, and YouTube will tell you every time I upload a new video. Please comment below, tell your friends about me, share me with your friends, and have a lovely rest of your day. I'll read for you again soon. And take it easy. Remember, I love every single one of you. Have a lovely day. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Hello again, thank you for staying with me. If you chose number 3, this one is for you. My name is David Charles, I mentioned earlier, international psychic medium and master of witchcraft, and this is your love reading called What's He Thinking About Me Now? What's She Thinking About Me Now? I can't tell you the actual thoughts, but it's about your love life. It's a love reading, and we all love a love reading, my favourite reading. So let's see what we've got. I'll tell you the negatives first, then we do the positives. Then I've got 6 lucky numbers for you that could change your life forever. Lucky numbers chosen by me with my spirit guides before we started filming this afternoon here in beautiful North Devon in the UK. So the negatives for you, number 3, are, well, first of all, you can see this one here, 5 of Cups, cloaked in gloom, doom and gloom. The cups have fallen over, some of them, and he's looking depressed. Now that can mean that you're feeling a bit down, feeling a bit depressed, a bit sad, or you may be looking back and thinking, I wish I could do it again and change it, because you can't do that. But it's about love, it's linked to your love life, so there may be regrets about love because it's a love reading. And if you, this won't all resonate with you, but take in what does and ignore what doesn't. If you've chosen number 3 from these literally hundreds of cards here on this table, there will be meanings in here for you somewhere. So listen to the good stuff and ignore the stuff that doesn't apply. So try not to cry over spilt milk. That can mean real tears, this card. But it usually means you're crying over spilt milk, wishing you could change it, and you can't. So you've got to learn from the past and move forward, especially if it's linked to your love life. This one, pretty much, so you can see the swords there, and the lady is tied up and blindfolded. This can mean that you feel trapped or tied up, and you may be trapped in a love affair that you don't want, or you may be heading to one that you don't want to get trapped in. And the blindfold signifies or indicates that you may be turning a blind eye to things, so ignoring things you should be dealing with. And for the next 12 to 14 weeks, the message is, don't do that. Deal with things as and when they occur, otherwise they're going to get on your nerves. And don't put things off. It's like I always say, put the gas bill on the mantelpiece and expect it to vanish. It won't vanish, so deal with it if you can. So these problems, if any problems arise, deal with them, otherwise they'll drive you mad. Stop ignoring things. If the person you're seeing has faults, don't ignore them. Don't look through the rose-coloured glasses. That's only an example. I'm not saying you're doing that, but don't do that. Don't do anything like that or ignore problems that you know you should really be dealing with. It could be problems from outsiders, in-laws, family members causing trouble. But there's not many negatives here. But this one here, you can see that the swords around, they're arguing. It looks like a battleground. 5 of Swords. This card can mean arguments, bickering, quarrels, disagreements, and it will be linked to your love life. It may not be directly, but it may be linked to it, that's causing problems. And when the spirit world predicts arguments, I say it so many times, it means avoid them, because if you argue, you're going to lose. Simple as that. For 12 to 14 weeks, avoid arguments at home with your lover, your boyfriend or girlfriend. Don't argue, because you'll lose, and you'll probably wonder what it was all about anyway. And it means don't get involved in other people's arguments, because you'll end up dragged into it and they'll end up blaming you sometimes. Keep out of arguments, because you can't win one for the moment. And that includes legal disputes as well. So keep out of that. Don't get involved with lawyers and that if you can for the moment, because you can't win. As far as the negatives go, I think that's about it. The rest of it looks positive. There's some interesting things here. You've got messages here that things are about to speed up. This one card would be the clubs in an ordinary deck. Indicates things going fast and furious, but that could be linked to your work, which can mean that your work is linked to your love life. So expect the unexpected, things to take off. Get the seatbelt on because you're entering a faster pace of life, especially at work, but possibly in your love life as well. Things could start taking off. Be ready. You're going to get lots of communication as well. Emails, phone calls, letters, that sort of thing. And make sure you deal with them, because you may go from being really slow and things not happening very quickly to the complete opposite, where things go wild. That's backed up by the Ace of Wands, again the Ace of Clubs really, in an ordinary deck. That can mean a new beginning. An ace, all aces mean beginnings. And because it's a club thing, it could be linked to your work again. So although it's a love reading, it tells me that your love life could be linked to your career. Have you met someone at work that you're falling in love with? Or have you got work interfering with your love life? But that card also means, you guessed it, fertility, high fertility and babies, pregnancies, people conceiving, people giving birth. Are you pregnant, number 3? Are you trying to be pregnant? If you are, this is the time. The next 12 to 14 weeks shows high fertility. If you're trying to get pregnant, or your girlfriend or wife to get pregnant, this is the time that everything favours that. So go for it if you can. Now you've got a man here. Again, it could be a woman. They're not. You never get the sex definite, but it's probably a man for most of you. Wears a lot of smart clothes, quite formal when he's working. Could be a businessman, could be quite wealthy. It's the King of Pentacles, which of course is the King of Diamonds in an ordinary deck. And diamonds are a girl's best friend. The King of Pentacles means a person with cash, money, finance, success. He's got success written all over him, and he is respected. People like him. He may even employ people. He may be in business, or he may just be wealthy for other reasons. But he's in your reading. Do you know him? Let me know in the comments. Is it you I'm picking up? Are you a wealthy chap or lady? Materialistic isn't the right word, because it's not living just for money, even though he has plenty of it. But he could be an accountant. He's got something to do with money, and he's in your reading. Do you know who this is? If you don't, you will soon. It's coming your way. And then you may have noticed this beautiful card, the High Priestess. Spirituality. This means that a lot of spirituality going on around you. It could be a female spirit guide, but there could be lots of them. They're always around, but some days they're more influential than others. It tells me that some of you out there, number 3, are quite psychic, and you're going through a psychic period right now. You'll get them all the time, but I always say you get 2, maybe 3 a year, points when your psychic activity reaches a high point, and you're in one now or soon. So trust your inner vision, trust your feelings inside, trust your dreams, and trust your daydreams. You may have daydreams while you're washing the dishes. They could be premonitions linked to your love life. As you know, it's a love reading. But they could be linked to all kinds of things. You got something in spirit you've lost? I've got a feeling you have. Let me know in the comments. So, spirituality, a female spirit guide, could be a male as well. It doesn't have to be female. But there's a lot of spirituality around you. You may be feeling like a magical presence at the moment, or during the coming weeks and months. Let me know in the comments. You may have noticed the Lovers from the Major Arcana. A man and a woman there. Looking down on them is some kind of an angel. I'm sure you know who that could be. This Lovers card means that you have to, well, it depends what lays with it, but it means you're going to have to make some choices in your love life. Now that can mean a brand new lover coming your way. You met someone new? You may be about to. It can mean you've got 2 lovers and you have to choose one. So you can't have them both, because somebody's going to get hurt if you do. It means you're coming to a crossroads, like when you're in the car, but you're coming to a crossroads in your love life. You can go left, you can go right, you can go straight ahead, but it's warning you not to go backwards. So expect a crossroads in your love life, and you'll have to make some decisions. And if you don't make them, then you may be forced to make them, which wouldn't be good. So if you have to make decisions about your love life during the next quarter, 12 to 14 weeks, try and do it before it's forced upon you. I'm sure you know what I mean. Let me know in the comments. But decisions have to be made, and only you can make them, really. Don't let fates make them for you and push you around. Try and make decisions. Be decisive, that's the word. Be confident, be strong, believe in yourself. So you've got some good stuff here. Keep your chin up, don't get crying over spilt milk, as I mentioned. This card also, I should have mentioned, tells me speeding up things, can also mean travel. So are you booking a holiday? Are you travelling with your work? It could be travel with your work actually, but travel is in the reading, so is pregnancy. And this card, I forgot this one, I missed one. The Chariot, again from the Major Arcana. Look at the horses, or whatever you call them, they may be pharaohs, pulling the chariot, and they're trying to pull it in opposite directions. That one, they both want to go different ways. This can mean that your yin and yang is out of balance. I'm sure you know what yin and yang is. And it can mean you're feeling torn. You're trying to be in 2 places at once. Or you're trying to be in 10 places at once. And you can't. Once again, you can't do that. You can't please all the people all the time. Again, it points to the fact that there could be 2 lovers. It could be something else. It could be to do with work. You could be dragged all over the place and everybody's putting it upon you. But to me, a lot of you out there have got 2 lovers and you've got to choose one. And make the choice, as I said before, it's forced upon you. But it can mean other things. You're trying to be in 2 places at once. You're trying to please all the people all the time. And you can't do that. So don't do it. Your yin and yang's out of balance, and that's caused by stress. And that, of course, probably means you're not sleeping well. You're not eating properly. You may be overeating or not eating enough. Maybe drinking or smoking too much. All of these things can happen when your yin and yang is out of balance. The energies that support us, that keep us going, positive and negative. You need to be evened out, and if one's higher than the other, you can feel a bit all over the place. Let me do 3 oracle cards for you. See if they back up what we've done. Put that over there. Might need glasses for these. These have been shuffled. Your first one's an earth card, and it says to you, sunflowers, could be France. If you can see them from where you are. This card is saying to you, heal the critic inside in your mind and body, and you'll grow stronger every day. I read that wrong. Heal the critic in your mind, and your body will grow stronger every day. So if you've been feeling a bit run down, it means leave yourself alone. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop being hard on yourself. Stop criticizing yourself. You're a good person. Remember that. You're special. You are special. So heal the critic in yourself and in your mind, and your body will grow stronger. If you've been feeling a bit run down, lay off yourself. Be kind to yourself. Your second one's a water card. Sun on the water on the waves. This is quite simple. It says to you, open your heart and mind to those around you. Now only you will know what that means. Open your heart and your mind to those around you. Let me know what you think that means to you, because it means different things to different people. Your third one, a water card, again. Someone's been building those little stone things. As I said, I'm not very good with overhead cameras, so forgive me for that. But this one says to you, allow your mind, body and soul to flow intuitively. What I said earlier about your psychic side, allow your mind, body and soul to flow intuitively. Listen to your inner feelings, the feelings that come from in there, from your heart. I'm going to give you 6 lucky numbers now. You don't need to use all 6, you can use a couple of them and some of your own. You can use lotteries, casinos, but gamble safely if you use these numbers, because they could change your life forever, but you don't want them to be negative. Let me know when you win the jackpot. I promise I won't tell anybody. Now you may want a pen for this. You can pause the video, of course. Your lucky numbers, number 3, are 17, I beg your pardon. You better use 7 as well. That may have come out for a reason. 17, 21, 31, 33, 38, 48. These were chosen by me with my spirit guides before we started filming today, this afternoon. I'll give them you again. They are 17, 21, 31, 33, 38 and 48. Do they mean anything? Are they birthday numbers? Car number plates you've had? Addresses you've lived in? They could be familiar. They could mean nothing at all, but they may mean something soon. Let me know when you win the jackpot. I won't tell a soul, as I said. Please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for those of you who have subscribed. There's about over 19,000 of you now. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it, and I love every single one of you. You know I do. And I'm thinking about you all the time. So take care. I'll be reading for you again soon. Use the lucky numbers. Tell your friends about me. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And click that little bell thing. And YouTube will tell you every time I upload a new video, which is usually more often than I have been recently because of COVID and all that rubbish that goings on. So have a lovely day. Remember, take care of yourself. Take it easy. And I'll catch you later. Bye-bye. Hello again, thank you for staying with me. If you chose number 4, this one is for you. Don't forget your lucky numbers at the end, and we'll see what you got here coming. This is called What's He Thinking About Me Now? Or She, what's he or she thinking about me now? And it's a very popular reading, and everyone loves a love reading, so I love love readings myself. Can't beat a nice love reading. So let me tell you the negatives. This is looking 12 to 14 weeks ahead. I'll tell you the negatives first. It won't all resonate with you. It's a timeless reading, so you can find it today, next week, 10 years from now makes no difference. But if you chose these cards, number 4, from all these hundreds, and there are hundreds here, of cards, there will be a meaning in here for you somewhere. So take in what resonates and ignore what doesn't. And I'm going to give you 6 lucky numbers at the end, so don't go without them. They could change your life forever. Lucky numbers chosen by me with my spirit guides before we started filming this afternoon. The negatives first. Well, this chap here, this is the Knight of Swords. He can be a bit. It'd be a Knight of Spades in an ordinary deck. He can be a bit of an irritant. He can be troublesome, bad-tempered, irritating, big-headed, knows it all. He's coming your way soon. You may know him already. Let me know. Could be a girl actually, but for most of you, that's a chap. Is it someone you're seeing? Is it your husband? Is it your boyfriend? Put it in the comments below. If not, it's coming your way. Like the wind blowing in, like a bull in a china shop. And he could be irritating. He doesn't mean it. I always say he doesn't mean it, but he can be a bit of a nuisance. So watch out for him. He's coming your way soon. Another negative here is the Ace of Swords. Again, a sword is a negative in some cases, but this one's telling you to get rid of negatives. So if you're mixing with negative people, like that chap, try and maneuver yourself away from them. You can't always get rid of negative people because you might work with them, but if you're mixing with negative people that you're not working with, you can avoid, then try to avoid them. Don't be rude, don't hurt them, but just try to avoid negative people because they're going to bring you down. That card can also mean you've got to get rid of negative habits. You may be smoking, drinking, eating badly or something like that. Or you're just having negative thoughts. You need to remove them. When the spirit guides say remove negatives, it's important for your own well-being that you do it. Remove negative people, remove negative thoughts and attitudes, cut out the negative habits if you can, and look after yourself. That's what they're saying. And then you'll find more positivity, of course. This card here, the Hanged Man, this chap's hanging upside down and got a leg to stand on really, because one of them's folded up, look. This means that you haven't really, most of you, had an easy time. You may have had a tough time quite for many years, and you've put up with a lot. He's being suspended, as you can see. You've put up with a lot of rubbish. You've made sacrifices during your life, and it's not been so good some of the time. This card means that, although it's negative in that sense, this card means that's about to change, and you're soon going to get some karma and get what you really deserve, which is much better than what you've had. So expect the good things from that. Shouldn't have said that as a negative card, but it means a negative pass, as I said. But that's good in a different way, because your negativity that you've experienced in the past is going to be paid back to you now by the powers of the universe. So expect better things coming soon. This chap here, another traveller, because he was a traveller as well, by the way, in the swords. This one, a lot of people do that these days, they travel around with their work. This one may be linked to your career or your earthly life, not necessarily your love life, but he's a bit of a girl's man, a bit of a flirt, a ladies' man. It could be a woman, she might like the men a bit too much, a bit flirty. But for most of you, this is a chap. He's got medium coloured hair, he is good looking, works hard, always on the go, but you can't trust him with the women. So if there's a lover coming your way, he likes the ladies. I'm not saying he'll two-time you, but I'm saying that he could, because he's flirty. He may just like to flirt. But look out for him, he's coming your way. If you fall in love with him, make sure that you're the only one. You may know him already. Let me know in the comments. You may be married to him. But he's someone who, if you're a chap, he'd be a great friend. But if you're a girl, he'd be a great friend, but not a great lover, because I don't think you can trust him with the girls. That's the end of the negatives, really. The main negativity is negativity itself. Get rid of negatives. And you can do that. That's why the Spirit Guides are saying to you, during the coming 12 to 14 weeks, the next quarter really, remove negatives. If you've been doing negative things for years, try and change it now. This is the time. Life's all about timing. And I'm going to give you lucky numbers at the end. Let's do the positives now. Let me see what we can start with. This one here. This is the Page of Wands. Linked maybe to your earthly life again, maybe to work, which could mean that your love life is linked to your work. This chap is bringing, and again it could be a lady, but they're bringing good news to you. Good news about your work, but mostly good news about your love life. It may not come from this person directly, it could be the postman, it could be an email, but the good news is coming about your work and about your love life. So expect good news soon. You haven't had it yet, I don't think. Let me know in the comments when it comes. Expect something good. It may be about someone you know, it may not be you, but it's still good news, because I'm saying that there is a pregnancy. The last reading had a pregnancy as well. This is the Empress from the Major Arcana. She looks it, she's pregnant, she's beautiful. She may not be beautiful in every way, but she's got beauty inside. This is a very caring, kind person. But this card, as most pregnancy cards, also indicates high levels of fertility in other areas, which means growth, expansion, things taking off, especially your love life. Your love life may grow to a new level. Expect growth in your love life, expect growth in your career. If you're opening a new business, it could grow soon. As I said, this reading won't resonate with all of you, and it's timeless. You could find this in 10 years from now, it won't make any difference. You'll find it when your spirit guides want you to find it. But expect growth, expansion, pregnancy, sometimes babies. Has someone had a baby recently? Have you had a baby recently? Are you pregnant? Let me know in the comments. And please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. And if you have, I'd like to say thank you to all of my 19, nearly 20,000 subscribers. I love every single one of you, so thank you so much. So, pregnancy, fertility, things are taking off. This is a very positive reading. This card also, by the way, can be news of a birth or a child or a pregnancy. So you've got two indications of babies, pregnancies, and people having midwives and doctors around for good reasons. Your karma's coming back to give you good rewards. Let's tell you some more negatives. Now you've got a third man here. This one's different. This is a Page of Cups. The Page of Hearts, of course, well, there isn't a Page of Hearts, but it's a heart in an ordinary deck. So this is one of the extra tarot cards. The Page of Hearts is making you an offer. Look at that. You can see it. It's offering you love. The cups are hearts and they mean love. And there's something in this for you. I don't know exactly what it is, but somebody is offering you maybe love or a love affair. It could be a relative that just shows more affection, but it's possibly a new lover. Or the one you're seeing now is offering you something deeper, something more special. Maybe a proposal. May say, let's move in together, let's buy a house together. It's some kind of proposal, some kind of an offer, or a suggestion that's coming from him or her, could be a lady, and it's coming soon. This is a romantic person. This is someone who may like music and the arts and theatre. He's got a bit of class. He's very young at heart, may not be young, but he's young at heart. He loves to live, he loves nice things. He could be arty himself, he could be a musician, he could be something to do with the arts. He could just be very arty in his world. And he's probably quite psychic as well. And he may be, only maybe, but he may be a water sign or something similar, maybe a Piscean. This person is offering you love soon, or something like that, affection maybe. Or, as I said, it could be moving together, let's go away together, have a holiday together, or go to John O'Groats and elope. Something's coming and it's quite exciting. Then you have this one. This is what we call, well I always call a richness thing, because it's the Ten of Pentacles. The Pentacles, of course, are the diamonds in an ordinary deck of cards, and that diamonds are a girl's best friend. Are they really? Let me know. The Ten of Pentacles indicates that you are going to be rich. Now, of course, that doesn't mean money, although it can with these lucky numbers, so don't go away without them. Richness is usually, again, in the heart. So you have to ask yourself, what would make you feel rich? Because that's what's coming. That's what's predicted for most of you. Not for all of you, but for most of you. It can mean cash, money, but it usually means love, happiness, contentment. So this is one of the best readings today of all the four. On top of all that, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Look at that, from a major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune, one of the nicest you can get. It means your luck's changing, and it's changing, number 4, for the better. Within 12 to 14 weeks, you can expect a run of extreme good fortune. And there's always a but. There is a but. When good fortune is predicted by the spirit worlds, it is not automatic. You have to spot it. It comes in the form of offers, opportunities, fertility maybe, things being presented to you. Things will pop up and you may think to yourself, that's what David meant, I'll try that. Don't be reckless, but don't miss it. Otherwise you'll be on to me saying, I didn't get that good look you promised me. So something may pop up that causes you or enables you to change your fortunes for the better, quite dramatically, during the next quarter. Let me know if it happens. I'll be thrilled to hear that your luck's changing for the better. So pregnancy, richness, good fortune, a romantic offer, almost certainly romantic. Bit of negativity in your habits. You may be mixing with negative people. There's 2 mentions of pregnancy here. Maybe you're having twins. Let me know. I'm going to give you some oracle cards now. 3 oracle cards, and then your lucky numbers. Let's try these. The first one, and they've been shuffled, is an earth card. Looks like someone laying on his back, taking pictures of trees in the air there. This one says to you, number 4, time in nature will help you find the answer to your problem. So if you can, get outside, go for a walk, go to the countryside if you can, go to the beach if you can. Time in nature is good for you. That's what it's saying. Time in nature may help you or will help you to find the answer to your problem if you have one. Get outside. Don't sit watching the telly. Don't sit looking at your computer or your iPhone all day. Get outside, switch it off, and you'll find the answers come to you. And it really does work, trust me. Your second card is a water card. A beautiful lady there. I think she's standing in water as well. She's the back of the cards as well. This one says to you, number 4, things not turning out how you'd hoped, try to see the positives of the situation. Well, this reading is nothing but positive, really. It's one of the best readings I've done for a while. So try to see, I've got an itch, sorry, the positives in the situation. Everything's going to be better than it seemed in the past. And the last one for you, before you're looking at them, is another earth card. I'm not sure what it is. It looks like a cobweb. You won't see that on an iPhone, I don't think. But a cobweb. This one says to you, healing will begin with the food on your plate. Make wise choices. It doesn't mean literally food on your plate. It means healing will begin with what you have. And you have more than you realize, I think. Let's just read that again for you. Healing will begin with the food on your plate. Make wise choices. Well, if you can't make wise choices after this reading, you never will, because this is one of the best, as I said, I've seen for a while. And your lucky numbers could complement this. I'm going to give you 6 lucky numbers now that could change your life forever. They were chosen by me with my spirit guides before we started the readings, before we started filming. Remember, if you gamble with these, do it wisely. Don't go mad. Do it sensibly. That should get us all into trouble. And when you win the jackpot, let me know and I won't tell a soul. And your lucky numbers, you might want a pen, are, you can pause the video, of course, 12, 22, 32, 40, 41 and 49. Do they mean anything? Birthdays, car number plates, addresses you lived at maybe, wedding days, divorce days. They may mean something, they may mean nothing, but they may mean something in the future. I'll give them you again. 12, 22, 32, 40, 41 and 49. I wish you luck and let me know when you win the jackpot. Please consider subscribing. Please share me with your friends. They may enjoy reading. And have a lovely rest of your evening. Remember, I love every single one of you. Take it easy, stay cool, and I'll catch you later.